Good day. Good day, JC. Very early morning live stream for me here. But what's about to happen today is going to be amazing. Let me get started here on the Instagram as well. Rise and shine to you as well, though, and everybody else as well that's here. So, yes, today is going to be the first day that I run the machine again with all these new upgrades. It's not a late stream, it's an early stream. You see, I've woken up unusually early and I was like, you know what, I may as well go live. Tap in with some of my people, either some people that stay up really late or people across the globe in Asia. You know what I'm saying? I rarely do these types of things. What's up, everybody? On Instagram. What's up, Robbie? What's up, Waz? What's up, Brandon? Let's see. Get this thing started on TikTok as well. Yeah, I haven't gone live in a second. Now I'm gonna be going live when the machine is running as well. Obviously, I'm not running the machine right now, but we're literally on the last steps. What do you guys think? You say it's 11 a.m. in the UK. Oh, it's not that late in the UK. Okay. What time is it? It's 4 a.m. for me. Cause let me tell you guys what happened, right? So I have this news interview this morning. It's in Belize on Channel 7 Belize, and I was told, oh, it's at 7:40 a.m., right? Which is, and then I was told, oh, that's 5:40 a.m. your time. And then so I woke up because I'm an hour behind even then being here in in Alabama. So I woke up at like 3, and then now it's like 4:40, which is 5:40 that time. But I joined the meeting and then nobody was there, and I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't I not check this before? But actually, Belize is on the same time zone as Alabama, so actually is a normal 7:40 a.m., not 4:40. So I got up super early for nothing, but we're here now, so it's not for nothing. What time is it in Australia? You said it's 2 in Los Angeles. Yeah, you guys in LA are 2 hours behind me. Now that I'm over here in Alabama. You said 11 in France. Okay, so it's not that late. 4:26 in India. Wait a minute. Oh, PM. 4:25 PM. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Ghostface Mafia? Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. He's an OG. Ghostface Mafia on the Instagram. Absolute OG. You said 6 p.m. in Thailand. Yeah, there we go. Cause like I almost never do these streams this early in the morning. So like all you guys in the continent of Asia, you know, India, China, Thailand, etc. You know, you guys probably never get to catch me live because I'm going live when it's like 3 a.m. for you. So it's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. 6 a.m. in Jersey. Okay. Okay, yeah, 6 a.m. Interesting. So New Jersey's actually 12 hours behind. Yeah, exactly. You said 9:56 p.m. in Australia. Oh, okay, okay. So Australia is like that's not exactly that's like 8 hours behind or so. 12:56 in Romania. Is that AM or PM? 11:56 in Spain. Damn, we got people everywhere. There's people. Well, look, we don't even have really all that many people in the live stream because this isn't my normal time. But there's people literally everywhere. What's up? From Dubai, 3 p.m. Dubai. Dude, look, I'm gonna be doing my first international travel starting this year, and I think the time zones are gonna be the most crazy thing because it's like dude. So like for example, you said it's 3 p.m. in Dubai. That's literally like 12 hours from the time it is now. And imagine like doing a 1 day trip over there, right? Like you fly over there same day, and it's like you're supposed to be going to bed, but it's the sun's up. It's so crazy. You said it's 11 in New Zealand. We got people from New Zealand. That's crazy. 11 p.m., 11:57 p.m. Wow. Hey, much love to everybody, wherever you are. I just love to see it. 11 a.m. UK, 11:58 Germany, Finland, 12:58 Spain, 11:58. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy love from all over the world. Hey, much love to Jamaica, much love to Poland, Slovenia. Oh my goodness, there's people everywhere. Oh man, you said East Coast. I'm on the East Coast too. You know, I'm normally in Georgia. That's where I live. But the reactor's here in Alabama, which is an hour behind Georgia. So Georgia's Eastern Standard Time. This is Central Standard Time, 1 a.m. in Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii isn't that late. Not that late. You said, can you explain the chemistry? Yeah. And as a matter of fact, definitely want to open the floor to questions. But the chemistry is as simple as this, right? I like to see the chemistry as simple as kind of like taking a block of ice, right? And then you turn this ice, you melt it, and it turns back into water. It's kind of similar to that in a way. So here's how it works, right? So plastic, do I have a piece of plastic? I do right here. So plastic, right? Plastic is essentially the solid form of crude oil, right? This is made of petroleum. This is made from the same thing that we make gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and all this out of. But it's in a solid form. And it's kind of trapped in this form being plastic. We obviously know this is the case because set it on fire, it burns so well. It burns too well, as a matter of fact, right? So much so we add a whole bunch of flame retardants to it. But nonetheless, it's like the solid form of crude oil. And so going inside this machine, as you can see, the machine is a chamber. It's sealed, it's closed. And so we apply heat to this plastic via microwave. So the microwaves go in and they heat the plastic up and they break it down. You said looking dapper. Thank you, Mr. Mikey on the YouTube. So they break it down. But normally if you apply heat to plastic, it catches on fire, it burns. But since this chamber is, as you see, completely sealed and airtight. And what do you guys think about the new look, by the way? Let me know what you guys think, because, you know, in my opinion, this is the best the reactor has ever looked. I recently just put this front piece on. The front is insulated, and I kind of hammered the front to give it like a hammered look. But I think this is the best. I mean, the whole thing just kind of matches together with all the stainless steel. It's looking pretty slick, I gotta say. But getting back to the explanation, right? The microwaves heat up the plastic, but since this is a closed and sealed chamber, the plastic cannot burn. You need oxygen and air for something to catch on fire and burn. Instead of burning, the heat breaks it down, right? There's this thing called thermal degradation. And essentially all that means is heat breaking something down, right, without oxygen. So it's not burning, because when something burns in the presence of air and causes a fire, it actually is oxygen breaking it apart. So for example, if I burn carbon, I get carbon dioxide, you see, because the oxygen reacts with the carbon. But without oxygen, what would happen? It just vaporizes. And so what essentially happens is the plastic is made up of these long chains that make it a solid, and the heat breaks those chains apart. It becomes a vapor. But I just told you it's like the solid form of crude oil. So what happens to these chains when we break them apart and vaporize them? It returns back to crude oil. And so that's what happens. The plastic is inside this bit, vaporizes, and you see it goes through these pipes. And then these pipes cool down that vapor, and it condenses into crude oil. And then that crude oil goes into this keg section, and then there's some permanent vapors that are akin to natural gas or natural gas alternatives, and then they end up going through all these other plumbing pipes you see to help out further condensation to try to get out every single oil. Let me see if I can turn these lights off, because I'm not trying to run these batteries down. Oh, no, I can't. I don't know where my remote is. But that's how it works in the simple form of chemistry. You said, why are you up so early? I had it. Oh, I still do have an interview for Belize Channel 7 News, and there was some miscoordination on the time. I thought it was way earlier than it was, and so I woke up, got dressed, came out here in the cold. It's like 40 degrees. It's not that cold. Listen, guys, when I'm out here in Alabama, I sleep in my car, okay? And last week, it was rough because it got down to like 22 degrees. I know some of you are in places in the world where you're like 22 degrees is like nothing. You know what I'm saying? 22 degrees is a walk in the park. But for me, okay, 22 degrees, because, you know, like a car has no insulation. So it's 22 degrees outside, and it might be even colder inside. It feels like sometimes, right? Like I walk outside the car, and I'm like, it's a little bit warmer out here. Anyway, it was rough. So I was out here tonight in my car, 44 degrees. And I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. I'm out here 44 degrees. It's not that bad. In fact, my fingers aren't even numb. My fingers always go numb when it gets so cold, right? But you said you mentioned you added some modifications. What are the modifications you added exactly? So we can't see from this angle, but behind the machine, you have to check out my latest video, Ghostface Mafia, or anybody that wants to see the latest modifications. But there has been the biggest upgrade I've ever done to this machine recently, and that was to make it continuous. So basically, I have added a system to where I can load in plastic while the machine is running and keep it vacuum tight. So it was a very complex bit of engineering to add to the machine, but it's in here now. You said, really want to give you that chance. I have a 2007 Maxima. Are you saying you would like me to put my fuel in your Maxima? If that's the case, please send me an email, business@naturejab.com, and we'll get that scheduled. I got a lot of different opportunities this year coming with the fuel. You said, can we try to implement your technology in Africa? Yes, I'm still obviously in the prototype phases. But once this is out of the prototype phases, hopefully this year, very soon, we're gonna do that for sure. You're taking employees yet? Not yet, but I can't wait, guys. I can't wait to take employees and internships and all that. What's going to happen is I'm in Alabama now, obviously in the countryside with all these inbred bugs flying around and stuff. But I'm going to come back to Atlanta at some point. I'm going to try to get a bigger grant. And then I'm going to get a warehouse in Atlanta. And then at that point, that's when I'll hire. And then we'll have internships. And then we'll have like a plastic drop off. Anybody in Atlanta or coming to Atlanta can just come and drop off your plastic. It'll be so cool, You said, are you homeless? Do I look like I'm homeless? I'll let you answer that. Bringing plastic back to liquid seems like it should be easier than turning the liquid into a solid. I mean, yeah, so like when you take crude oil and making plastic out of crude oil is an energy intensive process, right? Like taking oil and turning it into this is a lot. It takes a lot of different chemicals and chemical processes and all that. And so it's probably gonna end up being less energy required to turn this back into a liquid, right? Time to party too. Thank you for the badge on Instagram. I appreciate you, my brother, supporting the cause. Yes, indeed, you are. Oh, as a matter of fact, hey, while you guys are here, I'm gonna be making a video, but let me show you guys something really cool while we're here. We haven't launched this yet, but it's gonna be launching very soon. Give me a second. Okay, so listen, you guys here, this morning for me, I know some of you, it's like the evening, the middle of the night, I don't know, midnight, we got people all over the world. But nonetheless, you guys get to get the scoop on the latest thing, the latest business that I'm going to be starting here. It actually has already started, but what it is, oh, thank you for another badge, time to party. What it is, guys, is this right here. This is Aroma, okay, Aroma, and this might seem like what? What is the correlation? But anyway, this business, which is going to be launching the pre-sale on Friday, I'll be making the videos on it soon. But anyway, this business is a business in which I will be making handmade, 100% natural products like deodorant, sugar scrubs, body butters, all that. And let me tell you guys why, okay? Let me tell you why. I'm sure some of you, I don't know in other countries, But in America, we have this brand called Native, for example, right? And it's like a kind of like natural alternative, like deodorant and stuff. But listen, guys, first of all, let's take your deodorant. And most of the deodorant you put on, for example, did you know it has like aluminum in it? And that's been linked to like Alzheimer's and all this type of stuff. Like, it's nonsense. And so, and then also things like your shampoo, your hair stuff, your facial creams, all these things, your lotions have so many different chemicals in them. It's absolutely nonsense. And when you do research, you can find this stuff so quickly. How many chemicals they put in our stuff. You said like Irish green. I don't even know if Irish green is all that good, because let me tell you another thing that I found out that made me want to get into this, right? Not only do they put all these chemicals into the stuff to make it, but then when you have something that's scented, like Irish green has that scent, for example, right? The scent we're used to. Usually the scents are actually made of petrochemicals. Even the stuff that says it's 100% natural, the smells they get, like they say it's made of essential oils or natural smells. And actually, most of it is just derived from petroleum. It's a synthetic smell. So we're rubbing petroleum all over our body. And then we wonder, you know, why we have skin issues and such. So I did research into all this, and it's kind of ironic because I'm making petroleum from plastic, but I'm like, we shouldn't be rubbing it on our body, though. You know, petroleum is the only thing that should be consuming petroleum is car engines, not us. So when I did my research and found out just how much petroleum and chemicals is in all of our daily things, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start a business that is 100% natural. So, for example, this is one of my favorite scents I've made. It's called Toasted Espresso, right? This is Toasted Espresso whipped body butter here. And this is 100% natural products. In fact, the ingredients is just shea butter, almond oil, essential oils, tapioca starch. But then most importantly, the smell of it, right? It smells like a cup of coffee. It smells amazing. And it's 100%, everything is natural. That's the key, right? Because normally you might get some lotion that it says natural on the front. It smells like coffee, but the coffee smell comes from petroleum. So they get you, right? Even if the ingredients are natural, then they're going to cheap out on the scent, what it can make it smell like. So anyway, I'll be launching that. Just stay tuned for that video. But nonetheless, we're doing that because the truth is, I believe in the health of everybody. You know, that's why I'm up in here trying to clean the oceans, because it's like now we see these microplastics affecting all of us, affecting the children. 124 TLM says, say balls. Listen, 124, the only balls that I'll be saying is, matter of fact, what you'll be saying when they're in your jaws, right? But nonetheless, what I was trying to get to was, I believe in the health of all of humanity, because obviously I'm trying to take the plastic out the ocean and clean it, get these microplastics out of all of the world, obviously. But that includes everything, because the reason why microplastics do so much damage, hormone disrupting and all this type of stuff, right, is obviously because they're petrochemicals, so they mimic, like, you know, certain hormones in your body and such. Petrochemical stuff is crazy, right? It's crazy stuff. And so it's not good for us to be rubbing it on our skin or consuming it either. Obviously, it's in a lot of our food, so that'll be a different thing to come, right? But for now, I'm just like, all these skin products, because the skin stuff is so popular nowadays, it's like, well, that needs to be dealt with too. Your skin is the largest organ, and it absorbs a ton of stuff, as if there's not enough crap in the air already, and we're rubbing it on our skin as well. So, nonetheless, what's up, Candleman on the YouTube? You said, is there any merit in using slow heat, like a slow cooker or pressure cooker, to melt the plastic into sludge and then processing the sludge? No, I mean, you could load plastic into this machine like being liquid already, but to be honest, I feel like it's just a kind of a waste of time to do that. And then when you melt it into liquid, it's gonna like put off some fumes, and those won't be good if fumes uncontrolled. So I think it's better to just shred the plastic, then load it in the machine. Anyway, hey, you guys on Instagram, if you guys want to come up, if you have a question, I'll let you guys in. And matter of fact, there's somebody that does have a question. I'll let you up if you're able to come up here. You said, above watching your videos, you are extremely smart. Keep up the good work. Thank you. You said, I love your work. Thank you, the Dancing Spirit 95. Thank you guys on the TikTok. I appreciate the love. 5 a.m. in Louisiana. Hey, much love to Louisiana. You say there's so many chemicals in everything. There's birth control in the water. Exactly, exactly. And what I want to do is I really want to create solutions for everybody in all these different facets, right? Um, and so it goes beyond just turning plastic into fuel, because like I said, it ultimately comes down to our health. And so no, the Jab Aroma is one thing, creating a solution, a healthy alternative. Oh, another thing too, why I started Jab Aroma is because I learned that in the US at least, almost all of the brands of things like deodorants, skincare, all these things, even if they're like, some of them want to come off different and they're like, we're natural, they're all owned by the same big company. It's like a monopoly pretty much. They're all owned by the same evil companies. It's like, no matter what you do, you're supporting these evil companies. But now you can have an alternative that actually is healthy and is actually supporting this actually, because some of the profits will go directly to this. But like I said, I'll be making a video on that, and we'll be talking about that. You guys will see more things on that as time goes on. But you guys just get the little snippet now. You said, I heard microplastics have been found in the ball sacks of most men. Exactly. Like, I always tell people, man, I can't even drop my balls in your mouth without you getting a dose of microplastics. That's how you know it's gone too far. But what's up, my brother Amari? Good to see you, man. Yeah, so we're going to tackle this once by one. Sometimes, guys, honestly, you do the research, and it's sad, actually, because it's just like, it comes off like we're doomed. And honestly, I'll be real, I don't know if it's going to be possible to fix this microplastic problem to the extent that it's at. I don't know, but I'm going to try. I'm going to figure out. We're going to find out together if it's possible. It just seems insane because it's like, with how small and nano they get, like they're literally finding them in Antarctica. I mean, there's humans on Antarctica, but like, it's just crazy because like there shouldn't be plastic there, right? But there's ways, if I always say, if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a problem, there's a solution. And so, much love from Puerto Rico. I tried to let somebody up here, but it did not let him up, or maybe he left. Oh, my fingers are getting cold. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's so sad. And then you can't even be born into the earth. Fetuses are born are in the womb with microplastic. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hey, where you from?
I'm actually from India.
Excellent.
And I watch your videos, and I really inspired from you.
Thank you very much. And I know, being in India, it's a pretty bad plastic issue over there, right?
Yeah. यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा, I mean, there is a tanks of plastic there.
Yeah, because, I mean, are there landfills in India, or is the plastic just everywhere?
You know what? There are mountains of plastic there, and very pollution and all. I'm in Delhi right now, and here are very, pollution, plastics. Even in our India, cows and these animals are eating this.
Oh, they're
It's
eating.
very dangerous.
Oh, wow. They're eating the plastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and then you see, then people eat the animal, and then so the plastic gets in the people.
Yeah.
Wow.
For cow, it's very dangerous. Plastic. It goes in stomach and.
Yeah. No, and then it gets in the bloodstream, right? So what ends up happening is, it breaks down so small, and it gets in the bloodstream. It ends up in your brain. It ends up in your spine. It ends up everywhere. These little bits of plastic, and they just build up because they don't break down. So it's horrible. But I definitely want to bring this technology. I know India already has some plastic to fuel plants, some different types of ones. But I want to bring these type over there, the ones that use microwaves, because you see, like, these have the advantage of being, at this smaller size, so they could be like everywhere.
These machines makes plastic into fuel, na?
What was that?
I'm saying that this machine behind you.
Yes.
Makes plastic into fuel, na?
Yes, this turns plastic into fuel. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Well, thank you for your questions. I got some other people I gotta let up. But much love to you in India, my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Kimmy, thank you for the badge. Or let me make sure that was your name. I just was trying to go off of memory. Let's see. Yes, Kimmy Love too. Thank you for the badge on Instagram. You said I'm proud of you, bro. Thank you, Corrupt. You said, is that John from the Microsoft? Hey, you guys, you guys are unhinged. I can't even read the things you guys are saying. I can't even see. I can't even read it. Have you considered using a mode stirrer or a gas scrubber for filtering? I do have a gas filter here already. In fact, I don't know if you could see it on camera, but it's over here. I have a tall column that will get things out of the natural gas product, like hydrochlorate, sulfur, these types of things. It'll get them out because it's a catalytic filter system, and it contains many things. Like, for example, it has some copper, some iron, some silica, some bentonite, some activated carbon. So things to catch, hopefully catch these things. All right, let's see who to let up next. Danny. We'll let up Danny next. So happy to see you doing. Thank you, Pumpkin Pie, on the TikTok. Glad to have you here. Yes, it's been a while since I've gone live, but I'm glad to be here. What's up, Danny?
Howdy, how are you?
I'm doing great. What about yourself?
I'm doing alright. I just saw I got a notification that you were online. I'm sorry I didn't see the start of your stream. I thought I'd come say hello.
Yeah, awesome. Where are you from, by the way?
I live in Australia.
Oh, much love.
Cheers, pal. I started following you a while ago because I thought it was quite interesting what you were doing. I work at a processing facility. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I thought it was one thing I was always quite interested in was the purpose of the process is for just conversion of the plastic into the different kind of almost I kind of liken the machine. I don't know how it works entirely, but I could look it up. It's effectively a kind of pyrolysis, I imagine. But
Yeah.
looking at going to breaking up the plastic into different, breaking it back down to its chemical bits. Just wondering, is there an issue with the actual energy expenditure to actually do that in terms of like a net like mass balance, or is it just for the process of actually doing it in the first place? Like, you don't care how much energy you're pumping into the thing. Like, if you could hook this up to effectively a big kind of green array or something,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter how much you're pumping in,
Exactly.
because you're generating green energy. But if you had to run it off of, conventional fuel sources, it's just not really. It's you're still you're using more energy than it's worth, but you're just reducing the plastic.
Right, and that's the whole goal of the machine at the end of the day, to get rid of the plastic and turn it into a form that's not just leaching microplastics or causing pollution and something valuable too. The goal, of course, it would be amazing to be able to, make it to a point where you could literally, get more fuel out than the fuel that goes in. But that would take not only probably a humongous machine to get those type of efficiency numbers, but of course, a lot of I couldn't do it with a handmade machine. The tolerances would have to be crazy, right? I'm sure for that. But the goal of mine uses microwave pyrolysis, right? My machine, and microwave pyrolysis uses microwaves, which use electricity. So kind of like what you just said, the next step after I kind of finalize the upgrades I just did, I'm gonna actually be getting solar panels to get this machine to operate completely off the sun. So that way I can make a gallon of gas for $0 a gallon, right? And then there you have it.
Yeah, fair play. Look, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, a lot of people. Well, one thing I think is quite beneficial is the fact that you're building up a following, which is quite interesting with this. I think what it's doing is, even if people don't quite understand some of the intricacies, like, there's always going to be issues with the kind of process that you're doing here in terms of, like, it's not going to be perfectly efficient. There's always going to be you're throwing something in there. But if it kind of encourages people to understand the engineering and process behind it, I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I work in mining, and trying to explain to people the importance of actually delivering certain materials and minerals to the surface, when people kind of think, oh, that's such a terrible process, how could you be involved with that? It's like everybody's driving in cars, like, that requires all the materials that we kind of find in this world. So trying to get people to understand a bit more about how the process all works, I think, is quite interesting. So I commend you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Even if I know sometimes you can, because not everyone's going to understand what you're doing. Even if you're glazing over some of the nitty-gritty details, if people can get a bit more of a better understanding of what's going, I think that's good. I think it would be important as well to provide some of the context and details of how the things work, because otherwise people, I think, will be a bit misinformed and think this guy's amazing. He's just creating fuel from plastic. When in reality, it's not quite like there's a few other things there to consider. So
Yeah.
I think keep doing what you're doing. If people are kind of making big assumptions about what you're doing and kind of generalizing, I think it would be worth, trying to provide a bit of that education. But
for sure,
I think people can do their own research. And
yeah,
what you're doing, it's always a bit fun. I wish I could do a big fucking pyrolysis reactor in my garden. But keep doing what you're doing. I think it's great.
All right, hey mate, cheers. And much love to Australia. Great questions there. So I literally thought about you yesterday. Glad to have you here, Livy, on the TikTok. You said, how about microplastics already in the body? Sounds like chemo would be the only unhealthy solution that the medical chemotherapy cannot get rid of microplastics in the body. That's kind of a sad thing to think about because of how plastic works and what it takes to destroy plastic. Anything to destroy the plastic would absolutely destroy your body. And so I don't know, guys. If I had to guess, the only solution I could think of on how to get plastic out the body would be something involving electrostatic technology, static electricity. Plastic is staticky. We all know this, right? Sometimes you get a plastic bag, it will like stick to your skin. And so that might be the only way. But then the issue is, your whole body is skin. And so I don't know. That's a different type of technology. And I would love to be able to fund. There's somebody already working on that. I'm somewhere in the world. I love to be able to help them, fund them, and get that out there. I am coming up with a solution to plastics to stop them from becoming microplastics, to stop them from getting in the ocean and your body. But the ones that are already in the air, in the water, in the ocean, in the body, we need technology to get this out. Then you give that to me so it doesn't end up back in your body. We have to fight this. We're the only ones that can fight this. Hey, can you guys hear all those coyotes? Listen. You hear all those coyotes out here? Every damn night. It's a feast out here. But we're the ones, guys, because listen, obviously we're in this predicament because the companies and governments, they really don't care. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't even live in America. He lives on an island that's 100% self-sufficient. You know why? So that way when we're over here having to struggle with microplastics and chemicals and all this, he's on an island that's self-sufficient and has clean air, clean water, clean grass. That's what all the real rich people are going to do. When the world gets dystopian when it gets like Wall-E, they're just going to leave to a different island or a planet or something, leave this world behind that had been destroyed by the corporate greed. So it's in our hands if we want our Earth back. It's sad that you can't even go to the ocean without seeing the nonsense, right? I know they try to blame it on the consumers, but it ain't. I'll be real with you, it's not the consumers' issue. I'll tell you why, because back then when they had systems in place like recycling glass bottles for money, you didn't see glass litter, okay? And they could do that now, right? You think that they can't do anything I'm doing? It's just a choice, right? Obviously, if I built this by hand, if they have billions and trillions of dollars, and they're building humongous stadiums and stuff all over the world, they obviously could build what I'm doing times a million times better as well. It's a choice. But that's the whole point of why I'm pushing the message out. I'm not just building this. I mean, just building this would be nice. And I did do it for a while. But you have to push the message too. Because the people need to want this. Right? They need to want this in the world. Because otherwise, people need to know it's possible, and then people need to know that this is what we need. We have to get rid of the plastic, okay? We have to. You said, I will leave my husband for you. Oh, I hope your husband's not in this chat. You said the carbon footprint, what costs them? I mean, you're not going to outrun your deeds. In the end, they will, get their reprehension. But guess who also has to suffer? The world isn't fair. And we have to suffer because of the corporate greed and exploitation done on the entire earth. And the truth is, guys, the Earth isn't the real thing at risk here, right? The Earth will be okay. The Earth doesn't care about some plastic. It's us. We are going to be the ones that go extinct because of this freaking plastic. We're going to be the ones that literally are going to be like transhumanistic robots just to be able to live because our brains are so polluted, full of microplastic. I'm just saying, we are the ones, okay? It's not going to be Earth, because Earth has been around and Earth will continue to be around. That's the focus. It has to be. This is our future we're talking about. And you know, not everybody may care about children or having children, but it doesn't even matter, because by the time you yourself are 60, 70, the amount of microplastics and stuff can cause you to have dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff. Now, let alone whether you want children or not, let alone if you have children, they're immediately born with it. The placenta has microplastics in it. The fetuses have microplastics. I'm just saying, it's already gone too far, but we can try to pull it back before it's even further than this, because the plastic production goes up every year. So if we can, if come within 5 years, my machines can be everywhere on Earth. Not a country without them, not a city without them, right? Everywhere on Earth. Then we're stopping the plastic going out to the ocean and rivers and pollution and litter right then and there. And then at that point, it'll just be a cleanup effort. Just cleaning up what's out there. But in terms of it getting out there anymore, because, you know, people try to focus on, oh, let's get plastic out the ocean right now. You're trying to clean it up while it's being put in. So like, let's take Team C's, for example. They might be getting out 1 million pounds per year. Do you know how many pounds of plastic go in the ocean every day? Like 20 million pounds every day. You're getting out a million pounds a year, but 20 million pounds a day are going in the... You're never going to solve it like that. We have to stop it from going there to begin with. Cut the roots off the base of the tree to begin with, right? And the only way we're going to do that is by technology like this, that not only destroys the plastic, but commoditizes the plastic, because we live in a world full of money. Truth be told, we live in a world run by money, so we have to play that game. And so we can turn plastic into cash, okay? Get this thing running off of solar, make a gallon of gasoline, gallon of plastiline for $0 a gallon, making diesel fuel alternatives, jet fuel alternatives, natural gas alternatives, $0 a gallon because it's running off the bloody sun. All right, let's do that. And all of a sudden, plastic will be gone when it comes to being waste. People will go to collect it because it's money. You're going to get paid to bring the plastic to me, okay? That's what it's going to be. Say, you love the tie, thank you. So that's the only way we're going to do this. That's the first step. I don't care. We could have a machine that could get every bit of ocean plastic out the ocean today. It could get it all out today, but guess what? It won't solve the problem because 20 million pounds go in every day. So you have to stop the 20 million pounds from going in every day, and then you deal with getting what you have out there, because then you're actually making an effort, right? If there's 100 million pounds in the ocean of plastic, even if I'm getting out 1 million pounds every year, and then I have multiple companies doing that, we're putting a dent into it. But when there's 20 million pounds going in every day, you're taking 1 million pounds out every year. You're doing nothing to the grand scheme of things, right? I'm just saying, you got to be honest. So this is the solution. This is the only solution. Okay, I'm not saying that the way I'm doing it is the only solution, but the only solution is to truly get rid of the plastic and to commoditize it. Now, there's a million ways you could do this. I'm doing it microwave pyrolysis with this way. There's many ways to skin the cat, but we gotta skin the cat nonetheless. Okay, oh, we're gonna get skinned. Anyway, let me let somebody else up here. Oh, we got quite a few people. I don't know who to let up. You know, we're trying to we're trying to give everybody a chance here, but there's quite a bit of people. You said, so you've built a massive machine. I mean, this machine is big, but it ain't massive, right? This is under a 20-foot by 20-foot carport. Much love to Germany. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm not gonna try. But I see VW. Invite me, Kai. You know, every live stream somebody says that. Guys, do you guys think I look like Kai Cenat? Because I swear I see that every live stream, and I don't think I do. I've never seen it myself, right? I think it's just because we both have, like, I guess, similar hair, right? I would say, but I think our faces look completely different. I'm just saying. our faces look completely different. Yeah, you say not really, but every live stream somebody says that. Look, I've been told I look like Tupac, and I'm like, what? What? Last time I checked, Tupac was bald, first of all. But I'm like, what? Tupac? I hear some weird things. All right, you hear some weird things. You said you're better than Kaisen, that your efforts are respected. Well, thank you for your respect. You said, yeah, I don't look like. I'm just saying. I mean, listen, guys, I'm gonna say this right here. We need to move to an age. We have social media influencers. We need to move to an age of social media inspirers. Okay, and I know that's not a word, but we're gonna make it a word, inspirers. Because let me see you guys something now. I mean, entertainment is cool, but what is it doing? Because, yeah, we can entertain all day. We can entertain people through whatever, all these means of entertainment we have, but the world is still falling apart before our eyes, right? And so we gotta at some point move to more than just entertainment alone. We gotta move towards doing things that are gonna gonna leave an impact. Not only put an impact, but leave a lasting impact, a positive impact on the entire world. I think that it's mandatory. You said it's just another distraction. Yeah, to be honest, entertainment is a distraction. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Because in every chance that you're being entertained, you could be learning, right? Thank you for the heart, Magic Sun on TikTok. That's just the truth. In every moment that you're being entertained, you could be learning something. And learning does not have to be boring. I try to mix the two together. Like, for example, you guys being here, you're learning something today. If you're not learning something, that means that you've learned something because you've been here long enough to where you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, entertainment alone, I understand that some people get where they need to go, right? To get popular, to get the voice. But I feel like once you have the voice, you have the platform, you have the influence. You owe it to the entire world. The entire world, every person on earth, you owe it to everybody to build something and leave a lasting impact beyond entertainment alone. You owe it to everybody because, in a way, you are benefiting off of everybody because the only reason why any influencer or entertainer has money is because of everybody giving them the attention. And so you kind of owe giving something back to the world, in my opinion. Right, that's how I say. Have you published any articles in scientific journals? No, but I plan to do my first one this year. It's always been up to this point, just trying to get the machine finished. You see, I've been doing so many upgrades, so it's like if I make a paper now in the middle of me doing these upgrades, then it'll be out of date by the time it comes out. Let me finish the machine, get it to run off of solar panels, get it to run continuously, then we put the paper out. Some people have to queue for hours for fuel. Widely available reactors can provide fuel and income. Exactly. Imagine, guys, you don't have to import all your fuel anymore. We don't have to go to war over fuel because it's from trash. Countries that literally have been dumped the world's plastic can now possibly be sources of fuel, right? You said you've been following me since February 2023. I love what you're doing. Much love to you, man. You're an OG. But yeah, guys, we gotta be more than entertainers alone. Okay, entertainment, it is a distraction, but there's a place for it. Yeah, you have to have something to make you laugh, something to make you smile. There's a place where there's a balance for everything, but we can't just stop at that. We can't just entertain alone, or else you're actually not progressing humanity at all. If anything, you're keeping it in the same place, which ultimately puts it backwards. Right? Because you always have to grow like a tree. Imagine if a tree just stopped growing, eventually it would just die. It just rot away. So we have to always be doing something to push each other, our fellow brothers and sisters of all humanity forward, no matter what. And if you are in a position where you have an enormous amount of wealth and influence and voice and power, I think that you are in more position than anybody else to give back in such a way, right? But we all should, regardless of whatever our position is, the scale at which you can do it is small. If you're not a big influencer, if you don't have millions and billions of dollars, you can only do maybe a little bit. But that's okay. It's all about doing something, right? Because the truth is, we all are here to better each other. If you look at a forest, every tree helps other trees. Right? They're all a part of the same web, growing the whole forest together. It's one big organism, but it's full of individual organisms. We're no different as humans, no matter how much we want to say it. It's just the same. Look, I look in a forest, and there's like a million different types of trees. Right? I know we as humans, we have so many different nationalities, different cultures. So do the trees in the forest, but they still come together as one big forest. There's a birch tree, a beechwood tree, an oak tree, a pine tree. They're all together in the same place. Because we're all a forest. We're all the trees. It's all the same. I'm just saying. Now, I'm trying to let somebody else hit it up on the Instagram here, but it's not working. I don't know what's going on. As a matter of fact, Instagram does this. I let like 3-4 people up, and it stops letting me let people up. You set my man's up early in the AM, being the definition of black excellence. I see you. Thank you, Lucha. Yeah, it's cold too, but we got stuff to do. You know, we got stuff to do in this world. Matter of fact, I tell you guys. You guys remember the winter storms, in the East Coast in January, right? When it was like snowing and stuff. Man, I tell you guys, it was so hard to come back out here, cause I had been home for Christmas and the New Year's, so that was like the longest break I had all year, like 2 weeks off. And it's like warm and stuff, and I'm like, I do not want to come back out here to Alabama. And I had so much work to do. All these upgrades I've been doing, I had to do all this in the cold, and then sleeping in the freaking car. It was tough. But I'm like, we got stuff to do. Let's do it. I mean, I could sit here. Oftentimes your own virtual reality you're creating in your brain is worse than the actual physical reality. So I could just sit here thinking about how tough it's gonna be. Just get out there and do it, and you get it done. And it actually is rarely as bad as you think it is, or you think it's gonna be in your mind, right? So sometimes you gotta just be a doer with things. You gotta just do it. All right, yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's up?
Getting ready for school.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Oh man, I didn't even think about, with me being live so early. Some of you are gonna be able to get on here before school. What grade?
Not gonna say.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I appreciate your support. You have any questions?
No, not really.
All right. Well, take care and have a good day at school, brother. All right. You said I made the reactor, India, Gamor. You made a reactor. What type of reactor did you make? A typical or a microwave pyrolysis reactor? You said I have a question. What's up, Dylan, on TikTok? Oh, you said can I join? Let's see. All right, I'll let you in, Dylan. Let's see.
Bro, so like you're like the first TikTok celebrity kind of I've ever done a live with. Ain't you the dude who made like homemade oil?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You said you had a question.
No, I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to join to say that real quick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, thank you for your support, my brother. And yes, I am the guy that makes the oil from plastic waste.
So like, there was like a lot of videos like people saying like, when the FBI finds this guy, he's going to disappear and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like, you make oil, but like, do you use it? Like, have you used it with anything? Like,
Yeah, I've ran many different vehicles off of my fuel made from plastic. The most recent thing I've run a 100-year-old vehicle, a 1928 Durant off of my fuel. You can find all these videos on my page.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it really works. It's the real deal. This is fuel.
It's all homemade.
Well, I'm not at home anymore. I started at home, but now I'm kind of in my own little facility here in Alabama. But yeah, it all started in my parents' backyard.
You're closer than I thought you were. I live in Florida. I'm like 20 miles from Alabama.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, you're probably like you're up in Florida, right? You're up and then over, then, right?
So where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Georgia. That's where I started. I'm here in Alabama because this is the property I was able to get to do this.
Alabama, South Alabama.
I'm not gonna say, I can't disclose. But
now, so like Florida. So you know where the Panhandle is? How like if you go all the way left, it gets like, how do I say it? Kind of gets like skinny. And
Yeah.
you know how Florida, not Miami, or like Gainesville or Orlando, but like if you go all the way left towards like Texas.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's where I figured you are, being so
I
close.
live over here.
Okay. I actually never been to that side of Florida before, but yeah, that's awesome, man. I got some other people I gotta let up, but thank you, man. Much love.
All right, bro. You have a good night, dog.
All right, yeah, you too. You said, can you summarize what's your plan in the next few months? Yes, I can. So we got it continuous. Next big thing, guys, is going to be. Can I get this TikTok? Why is it doing it? Hey, why is TikTok? Why is TikTok making me like a little in the little corner? Can you wait a minute? Why is it doing this? Hold up, I'm trying to fix this thing. I don't know what's going on. All right, we'll keep it at that. Whatever. Are you still planning a local pickup in Douglasville? Yeah, it's gonna be in March more than likely. But yeah, the plan is, so we got this thing to operate continuously. Well, we're going to today. Do the first run. It's gonna take probably a little bit of trial and error to get it perfect. Blah blah blah. Next, we're gonna get it to run off 100% off of solar. Okay, that's gonna come. Probably April's gonna be a very busy month. There's some things I don't know if I can announce yet, but April will be a very, very busy month. And cool to see you in here, Steve. Yeah, April's gonna be a very busy month for me, so we might get the solar panels in May, and then all after that, I'm gonna get my scientific paper out on the machine. So, because I'll have it running off of solar, have it continuous, and then along all of this, I'm gonna be continuing to take fuel samples to get my fuel samples analyzed along the side. All of this. I've been waiting to get it continuous before I sent the rest of my samples out because this is gonna change some variables. So, nonetheless, so you have a hard time shredding the plastic. Yeah, it's a tough thing. You said I made 3,000 selling the plastic crude oil. Oh, that's good stuff. That's crazy. So you just completed it yesterday, and you're saying you already made 3,000. How do you make the refiner? It's a distiller. It's just a distiller. So look up a fractional distiller, and that's how you make the That's how you make the, what do you call that? The freaking. Oh, let me turn these lights off. That's how you make the refiner. You said, what do you think of Sahel's new electric vehicle? Is that the Cybertruck with the guns on it? Is that what you're talking about? The I don't know if I'm getting that right, but if that's what you're talking about, it's a pretty cool concept. It kind of looks like something from Halo. Somebody had asked, as a matter of fact, do I play video games? And I used to actually be a humongous gamer. I have like a really good gaming computer and stuff, but I haven't really had time to play video games nowadays, to be honest. You know, maybe one day I'll get back to it. We can do some live streams or something. I used to love Elden Ring. Maybe one day we'll live stream some Elden Ring or something. But I hadn't had the time, you know, because I do this when I'm out here, and then when I go back to my home, I'm working on Aroma and stuff, and then other business things. So just got no time. And you know, here's the thing: some people are very extreme when it comes to like the balance of a work ethic and like doing things like playing video games. I say it like this: as long as you're working on something outside of the video game, right? Then you can play a video game. I don't do it. I just don't have the time nowadays. But it's not like you're a broke automatically, or you're lazy if you play video games. It's just that shouldn't be the only thing you do, right? You should build something outside of that, because that is, you know, a virtual world. It's not the reality, right? So you shouldn't like make that your whole reality. That's all it is, really, at the end of the day. But sometimes you can use video games to help you build something, like when people, you know, become professional gamers, and then you can get a platform and some finances to do that, to then go and build other things. So there's many different paths, but you know, you always have to be building towards something. That's, at the end of the day, the universal code to anything you do. You have to always be building towards something and not being stagnant. You know, always be building yourself as well. You know, especially with everything being on screens nowadays, it's important to make sure you have time to yourself. And you do have time where you're away from all the screens and distractions, and you really can just self-reflect and such. That's very important nowadays more than ever. So that's really the main thing. Just got to remember that. Let's see. Like you said, how is my healing doing? My healing's fine. I can walk fine. I've been able to walk since like the month after my explosion. My skin is still, I still have like white patches on my skin. I think they'll be there forever because it's been half a year now. And so yeah, some parts of my foot are still a little bit white, a little bit speckled. I'm not about to pull my feet out now when it's this cold. But let me see. I'll let one more person up on the Instagram, and I'm gonna get off. Cause like I said, I'll be going live again, but we'll be actually running the machine when I go live again. I hope. I had a few leaks, a few small leaks I was testing with an air hose. I gotta fix. So I hope that they're not gonna give me any big issues, and it solves pretty easily. But you know, we can only pray for that. You know what I'm saying? What safety gear do you use? I don't have any of my safety gear on now because I'm not running the machine, but I have a fireproof overalls, fireproof hair cover, obviously safety glasses. I have a face mask and stuff. Hello?
Hey,
Good to see you.
nice to see you. Yeah, sorry. Nice to see you too.
Yeah, what's your question?
What made you start working on the microplastics? Like, sorry, not microplastics, but turning plastic into oil.
What made me start is when I was just like watch these videos about the ocean and how bad they were, and then I realized with further research that, you know, when you think you're recycling, they really don't recycle. And so I'm like, okay, well, I want to figure out how I can recycle myself. And so I just did research and found that you can build a plastic to fuel machine. So I started to build a very simple one, and then over time, over 5 years, it's gotten more and more complex. You know, trial and error.
Oh, wow. See, because for me, I want to be in colleges when I get into college. Right now, I'm in 9th grade, and I just want to help the earth, like make sure there's more trees, and like help the soil and everything, clean the oceans. So
That's awesome, man. I love that vision you have there. You know, being passionate about that type of thing. That's the same place I came from ultimately, just wanting to see a cleaner earth for everybody. So I mean,
yeah.
look, always hold on to that. You know, don't let anybody take that from you or tell you it's not the right path, because that's what you're passionate about. And I can guarantee you put in the work. You know, I don't know what it may be. You know, you may not even know yet, but having that passion of just wanting to see things clean and done right, that's gonna apply itself to something you do in the coming future, or maybe even now, and you're gonna get somewhere with that. So keep that up.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Much love. Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Honestly, I'm surprised we had so many people on for such an early live stream. Uh, because I never do it. I never do a live stream this morning. Good morning, Olagarto. And on top of that, it's the middle of the week too, right? It's the middle of the week. But I definitely love it. I might do more. I don't wake up. Well, I do wake up early, so I try to. But it's not very comfortable. I'll say it like that. It's not very comfortable to do this. I don't know if you could see just how much mist just coming out my mouth, just because it's bloody cold out here. What time are you coming back? I'm going to try to live stream again probably at 12 o'clock. Listen, if I'm not live by like 12 o'clock, something's gone wrong. Not like I've got blown up or died or got kidnapped or killed by the CIA, but I'm just saying like something with the reactor just didn't go right. And some type of, I couldn't get it to be sealed properly. Because here's the thing. I have to record a video and go live when the machine running for the first time. So I'm going to go live in the middle of the machine running, like after I already get started. So like I said, I'll be leaving Alabama today too. So I have to leave by a certain time. So I should be live by no later than 12 a.m. CST. Oh no, 12 p.m. CST. So yeah, you said, what am I'm waking up for work. I need to be like that, make a name for myself. Hey, listen, the first step is to have that thought of like, I need to do more. I need to make a name for myself. That's how you start. That's where it all starts. You said, be like you. So, keep that thought process. Keep that that perspective, and keep, giving energy into that, Start to ask how. How can I make a name for myself? How can I do more than what I'm doing, right? That's how it all starts so small, Think about it, right? Because right now I'm at 1 million followers on Instagram. Everywhere else, almost 1 million on TikTok. YouTube has 300,000, almost 500,000 there. And of course, as you're growing so big, so many people come in every day. And so it's when you look at me, it's hard to imagine that just last year, this time I had 10,000 followers on Instagram. Right? It's hard to imagine that. But of course, I remember that phase. And before that, I started just like we all started, 0 followers, right? And so it all starts small. And followers is just a representation of my work. But of course, the work is its own thing to speak for. My first reactor was tiny, and it was very unprofessional. It looked ghetto and stuff. And now look at it now; it's looking great. But it all starts with that small seed of an idea and small seed of a perspective change. It just takes so long to build up. When you do things right, it's patience. You cannot make a tree grow any faster than it's gonna grow. If an apple tree takes 10 years to bear a whole bunch of fruit, you cannot speed it up more than what it's meant to be. And so such is the same with us and our destiny. We have to work. You said time is to get everything. Yeah. And being patient is when you let time work with you. You're not working against time, you're working with time. Right? Thank you, May Rax. I will be having a great day. And hopefully I'll see you and the rest of you as well when I get on to doing the live stream a little bit later. I know many of you may be at work. Maybe I might catch you on your lunch break or something. I don't know. Maybe you could sneak in when you're not supposed to. But yeah, guys, I'll be on the news, Channel 7 release the news in probably about an hour, I think. But yeah, so I don't know if that'll be live or not, whatever. But nonetheless, we'll be doing the first run of the machine 2025 with all the new upgrades very soon. So I'll see you guys at 12 p.m., hopefully CST, or maybe a little bit earlier. And so yeah, guys, take care, much love, and thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all. Check out the videos that'll be coming out later because we got a lot on the way.